Hello, welcome back to the Forbidden Land podcast. So last week I took a week. I took the week off. Sue me. Oh, I took the week off. I posted the episode that I was supposed to go up on Patreon, and the reason why I didn't publicly release it is because the topic is I don't really talk about the topic very well. But I was also in such a bad headspace that it was hard for me to talk about the topic that I was wanting to talk about. I wanted to talk about the encampment protest, which, of course, every white person thinks that, like, the firing squad should be used on the encampment protest, apparently. That's obviously a joke, by the way. Not every white person. I'm white. I don't believe that. So last week I was very upset about that whole issue. So if you want to watch that episode, it's on Patreon. I didn't like the episode, and I didn't have enough energy to record another one. And then also I was leaving the next day, so I did not have any time to record a new episode. So this week, here I am, feeling rejuvenated. I went to a concert this week. What else did I do? Oh, over the weekend I finished a show, which I'll get to. I watched a lot of Star Wars stuff in the last week. I'll talk about that. But before I do, if you want to go to patreon.com/forbiddenlandpod, here it is. Oh, I've got the wrong webcam up. I'm just going to take it off the screen entirely. So, here's the episode. It's B3, bonus episode number 3. And it's about the university encampment protest. So, I had the other camera up because I thought maybe I would get to do the guest episode this week. That was the other thing, is I was going to do a guest episode last week. And there was a lot of stuff behind the scenes that basically just boiled down to we had to reschedule for personal stuff. So that'll still happen, but it's been rescheduled. Oh, shit. I just noticed that half the lights are out. Oh, no. Oh, that's so sad. I see the exact point where they're out. Oh, you know what? My fucking cat probably, ripped through the wire or something. But that didn't make any sense, because the power source is behind this chair, and then it stops, right behind this shirt. And then above the shirt, it goes back to normal. And then, lights all the way through. What the hell? It's ruining my feng shui. So yeah, guest episode will be postponed to a later date. Me and John might do an episode together soon, maybe, because of all the stuff that's been going on. I'll have to ask him if he wants to do that. So yeah, so that's the situation with last week. Another cool thing is, this is just me doing catch up. Old creators used to call this house cleaning. I think that's dumb as fuck. I hate that term, so I'm not going to use it. Where's the link? I don't have the YouTube channel linked on here. That's weird. Okay. Well, then I'll pull it up this way. We have a new graphics package. We got new profile pic, new banner. Look at that. Look at that cool stuff. I took this picture in Florida, and I slapped my logo on top of it. Also, YouTube ultra compresses banners now. I've noticed that. They used to not, but for some reason the banner is super smushed. Okay, I guess mine's not. Maybe it's just a resolution problem. Maybe it's because this banner's in 1080p. That could probably be why. But yeah, new banner, new profile pic. I did all that because there's technically a new logo as well. It's is there a way I can show it? Yeah. Here's the new logo. It looks the same, but there's a drop shadow behind it instead of the dumb, like, stupid workaround that I was using prior. So, anyways. Also, y'all haven't seen this in a while. I've been on a hot roll with webcammed episodes. Last week could have really used a webcamless episode when I really think about it. So, new pictures, all that. All right. So, here, I guess I'll add this. I'm going to review some shows. I'm going to review The Bad Patch, despite me reviewing it last week on the bonus, but no one's going to watch the bonus. So I'm going to review it this week. And I'll review Tales of the Empire as well. As well as the show I was watching over the weekend. All right, let's get on with something I thought was really funny. So we all know about Tim Pool's beanie. We all know that I have a subtle beef with Tim Pool on this podcast. And it's no surprise. It's a one-sided beef. He doesn't know who I am. But I've talked about him on Forbidden FM, about the private jet thing. I've talked about a lot of stuff that he's just been generally wrong about. Remember, famous liberal Tim Pool. He's such a lib, apparently. You remember back then when they used to call themselves classical liberals, like Dave Rubin and Tim Pool, saying, "Oh, I'm a classic liberal." I used to buy into that bullshit. I used to call myself a classical liberal. Be like, yeah, I just believe, like, insert conservative ideology. And it's like, that's not at all. Because they all tried to convince people that liberals were like Marxist, Leninist, like anarchy communists or some shit like that. And of course back then I was like, communism, oh. Anyways, we all know that Tim Pool loves wearing a beanie to hide his bald ass head. I'm gonna see if somebody replied with a picture of him. It doesn't look like they did. Wow. Oh. Oh, nobody replied with the picture of him with his bald head out? Come on, gimme. Gimme. Anyways, Tim Pool is bald, and that's why he wears the beanie. So, he claims, according to that one video where the guy ripped it off his head, it's one of the only videos out there of him without the beanie. A guy at a protest basically said that, or basically went up to him and pulled the beanie off his head. And Tim Pool said that he wears the beanie so people don't recognize him. Now, I don't know about you, but anytime I wear a beanie on this podcast, nobody goes, "Oh my God, where did Dane go?" Like right now, if I go, "Oh my God, Dane's gone missing. Where'd he go? Oh my God." Like, you can still tell this is me, right? And so if I take it off, it's not like suddenly like, "Oh my God, he's back. Whoa," like a Superman thing. You know, "Oh, now I'm Superman." So, you know, it's already a stupid excuse to wear the beanie all the time because he's bald. Let me just reiterate, he's bald. So when I say that, know that Tim Pool went to a party at Mar-a-Lago, and Roger Stone posed in a picture with him. Now, we can get into the conflict of interest stuff here, you know, the hypocrisy of like, oh, I'm just a liberal reporting the facts. And then he's like hanging out. I mean, practically making out and butt fucking the Republicans at their own headquarters. We can get into that at any point, but I just want to talk about the fact that he's wearing the fucking beanie in a suit, dude. For what? And I thought this was really funny. Someone photoshopped, some asshat photoshopped him also wearing a beanie, and he thought it was funny. Told Tim the beanie's an embarrassingly bad look. Whoa. Wait, this guy's a white nationalist, and even he's a groiper. He's a Nazi. And even he is saying that Tim Pool looks like ass in the beanie. I mean, look at this shit, dude. Oh, this is a different photo. Wait, that's a different photo because this person picked up the dish. Oh my god. Where did they get the other photo from? Maybe he's the one that took the picture. Oh, that'd be even richer if a former Senate hopeful who wants to repeal the 1965 Immigration Act took this photo. That'd be even better. He's got the copies. Anyways, it's ridiculous that he's wearing the suit and the beanie. And so this was quote treated by the guy that runs or the guy that hosts Some More News. And he points out that remembering when Tim's beanie was removed and he yelled about how he wears it so people don't recognize him. If this is the case, why is he wearing it here? People all know who he is. He's Tim Pool. Here's a question. What if Tim Pool is not his name? It's his name. Let's be real. Tim Pool's his name. You know, if he walks out into a Target without the beanie on, all that's going to happen are people going, oh my god, that's Tim Pool without the beanie, and they're going to take pictures of him and post them. I gotta find this video. Here we go. The sauce. Oh my god, look at this man. Look at how small he looks. How young. How tiny. Small bean. Little small bean Tim Pool. Oh.
I'm looking for Tim Pool. Have you seen him? I don't even know who that is.
Is Tim Pool around here?
Yeah.
I feel like I remember this guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna steal his hat.
We'll find Campbell.
It's a moment of truth.
Billboards all across
the arbiters of what is hate
definition of the word bigot.
And you
Oh my god.
Bro, you come
Yeah, so here's his explanation for why he wears the beanie.
near me ever again, you won't have any teeth. You understand that?
I understand.
Don't fucking touch me.
we have a
Do
right.
you realize?
No one cared who I was till I put on beanie.
So, just remember that's why Tim Pool claims he wears the beanie. If somebody said you'd think the dude would change it up once in a while, like a baseball cap, flat cap, or even a sombrero. God, that's years ago that somebody said that. I'm just so like bewildered, and the photo of him with Roger Stone just really confirms that he wears the beanie because he's bald as fuck. Let me reiterate, he is bald. I mean, you saw it in the video. He's bald. Where's that? I need to find the photo now. Tim Pool. Bald. What is this even from, dude? Someone tried to say Tim Pool's not bald. And he got community noted. Oh, man. Here you go. Wait, did I not open it? I thought I did. Open a new tab. Oh, it just downloads it? What? Gross. Gross. I don't want this on my computer. Here he is. In his bald glory. Ah, yeah. Crazy shit. If he just shaved his head, he'd look marginally better. He'd still look like Tim Pool bald, but like he wouldn't have the incredible receding hairline and, you know, what's left of like still, you know, clamoring onto what little hair he still has left. You know, this guy's also single, right? I just want to point that out. For no reason. I just wanted to point it out. He is single. There's no reason why I'm pointing that out either. BBL Drizzy is trending. What the fuck is even going on anymore? Why did Metro make that? What was the point of that? Making BBL Drizzy. Anyways. Alright. Also, another funny thing I thought was pretty good was that RFK had a brain-eating worm. What part of his brain did it eat exactly? Yeah, this worm ate my brain is definitely not what you tell people when you're running for president. I forgot we're under a tornado watch right now. Yeah, also I love all the ones that are saying like Kennedy's and their brains having a hole in them. Man. Oh, dude. Oh my god, yeah. Who was that fucking senator that tweeted that thing about the Kennedys having a hole in their brain? Tweeted Kennedy hole in brain. Oh my god. Representative Mike Collins. Holy shit, dude. What a crazy ass tweet. Is it still up? Oh, what a baller. No wonder I didn't see it. I blocked him. The fact that I block the fact that I've blocked a sitting representative in the House. Oh, he's a Georgia representative too. Where's District 10? He's the Athens representative? Oh, that's actually kind of fucked up that Athens is grouped into a Republican district. Oh my god, the representative... The fact that a representative from the state of Georgia tweeted this out. You either die a Kennedy with a hole in the brain or live long enough to become a Kennedy with a hole in the brain. I can't believe a representative would tweet something like that. And it's still up. Nobody liked that tweet either. That's so funny. And people are getting mad at him over it, but it's like, come on now. Oh my god. And then you just have all the liberals being cringe in the replies. Yeah, here we go. Look, like, I think it's a fucked up tweet, but I think it's just funny that a representative tweeted it. If some random person tweeted it, I don't think I would give a shit either, but I wouldn't read it. But Keith Olbermann, just in the cringiest way possible, where did you get yours, motherfucker? This is the same guy that said that Jon Stewart is a Trump supporter or something like that. All because Jon Stewart called Biden old. But, God, what a fucking banger of a tweet, dude. I gotta let people know that I know in Athens that their representative just tweeted this out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. Just chilling on a Wednesday. Or no, Thursday. Chilling on a... What is today? On a Wednesday. Just chilling on a Wednesday. And you go... Yeah, I'm gonna tweet about the Kennedys getting shot in the face and then one of them having a brain worm. The only thing I don't like are all the fringe right-wingers liking this tweet. Like, shut up. Y'all had Robert F. Kennedy's cock in your mouth for like 4 months before he dropped out of the race as a Democrat. Now that you know he's going to take votes away from Trump, you're all like crying and bitching. Or you have all the Nazis that are like, yeah. Autism Capital, another Twitter account that I should probably block. Or should I? Wait, what? Citizen journalism with humorous yeah, I should block them. They're a crypto enthusiast, AI enthusiast. They said, Jesus, this banger is too hot even for X. Thank God Elon took over. Mike Collins says, bless the Elon. A Robert F. Kennedy supporter says, bless the Elon? After being called out on this by the people you're supposed to be representing, you're still standing proud of your statement. Wow, I have no words. Someone said, this isn't the first time he's proudly displayed his scumbag badge. Guys, I don't think we give a fuck. I hate him to the point that I even have him blocked on Twitter. But I gotta say, banger tweet. You gotta admit, dude, banger fucking tweet. He is a Zionist, it seems. He also said Trump was impeached for allegedly withholding weapons from Ukraine. No, he was impeached for withholding money from Ukraine in exchange for information. So he wasn't impeached just for allegedly withholding weapons from Ukraine. It's a lot more extensive than that. He was basically like, give me info on my political opponent or you're not getting this funding that we've approved for you. That's why he got impeached. Biden said that if Israel invades Rafah, the U.S. will stop supplying it with artillery shells, bombs for fighter jets, and other offensive weapons. Have we done that yet? Have we stopped?
You about something happening as we sit here.
I'm just going down the rabbit hole right now.
Israel is striking Rafah. I know that you have paused, Mr. President, shipments of 2,000 pounds
this is what ADHD looks
U.S.
like.
bombs to Israel due to concern that they could be used in any offensive on Rafah. Have those bombs?
I'm sorry. I love this picture of Joe Biden, by the way. The one that they're showing for the ad. Oh my God, you can't even see it. Look at this. I don't know why I find that shit so funny. Just the picture that they took of him in his first year in office. I don't know. He just looks so odd. He looks way better in his vice president photo under Obama. Probably because he's still alive and he's like 60 in that photo.
Israel due to concern that they could be used in any offensive on Rafah. Have those bombs, those powerful 2,000-pound bombs, been used to kill civilians in Gaza?
Civilians have been killed in Gaza as a consequence of those bombs and other ways in which they go after population centers. And I made it clear that if they go into Rafah, they haven't gone into Rafah yet. If they go into Rafah, I'm not supplying the weapons that have been used historically to deal with Rafah, to deal with the cities, to deal with that problem. We're going to continue to make sure Israel is secure in terms of Iron Dome and their ability to respond to attacks like came out of
So we're going to keep paying for their free healthcare in the Iron Dome? Oh my god, what a joke. Come on. We can't have it, but they can. Biden compares Hamas attack to Holocaust and anti-Semitism warning. I think the attack on October 7th was bad, but I don't think anyone's calling it equivalent to the Holocaust. Jesus Christ. It's like if we said 9/11 was our Holocaust. It's like that's just objectively false. If we drop a fucking bomb on Iran, is that a Islamic version of the Holocaust? I'm saying there's a lot of things wrong with saying that. I feel like if I was Jewish, I would have a huge problem with people comparing large terrorist attacks on primarily Jewish people, comparing those to the Holocaust, which killed 6 million Jews. I feel like it's a bit of a wild comparison. What a rabbit hole. Went from Tim Pool being bald, just keep that in mind, he is bald, to talking about Rafah. They have invaded Rafah now, so I'm waiting to see if Biden's going to veto any funding to Israel from this point further, because, like I said, they've now invaded Rafah. I mean, if you don't believe me, here. Let's go to her page, dude. Bassan, who's in Rafah right now, has been reporting on it and has a video of the bomb that went off in Rafah near her. Here, about to get loud, so. There you go. They blew up a displacement camp. Dismissed it. Oh, this isn't even her video. This is the video from the tank. Oh yeah, I've seen plenty of videos of the tank. The tanks rolling into Rafah, like how they keep bulldozing over signs and stuff that are in Rafah. Like the I Heart Gaza sign. Yeah, here, Bassan has a video of this too. A video from before all of this, before October 7th. Here you go. This is before the beginning of the attacks. I don't want to get a copyright claim. And then, so this is before. So I guess Hamas is hiding in the sign, right? Because the only reason to bulldoze this is that if you plan on ethnic cleansing the area. Because look, you run over this sign, you destroy it. What was the point of that? Wouldn't you just ignore it? But if your plan is to basically reform the whole area to be suitable for, you know, your own citizens, you know, if you want to resettle the area after everyone is basically gone, and make it suitable for Israeli citizens, then you have to get rid of all this imagery. Because realistically, if they do drive everyone out of Gaza into another country, or they end up just killing all of them, then, you know, they're not going to call it the Gaza Strip anymore. They're going to call it Israel. So, when I say they, I'm talking about Netanyahu's government. So don't get my words twisted. I'm talking about the extreme right-wing authoritarian government that Benjamin Netanyahu loves running. I have an article here about some document, I guess, was stored improperly after it was I mean, this is how desperate Trump is. And also, I need to tell you about the booty call text that I got from his campaign on Tuesday. So some document was stored improperly, Could have been multiple documents. I'm not sure. They were stored improperly after they were confiscated from Mar-a-Lago. And because of that, Trump goes, oh, Jack Smith needs to be arrested for evidence tampering. Which I find hilarious how quick he is to jump to, we should throw him in jail. All because a little bit of evidence was improperly stored. Not that the evidence, he's not claiming that the evidence doesn't exist. He's saying that the evidence does exist. It just wasn't stored properly, which I think is hilarious. Do I think it's kind of idiotic that the federal government is fucking up this investigation so hard? A little bit. They're taking a very liberal approach by taking their goddamn time and waiting for a potential administration change. And by that point, Trump is just going to shut it down and fire everybody involved. So, yeah, I think it's funny how desperate Trump is to immediately call out anything that could possibly help his case. What is this? Newsweek? Oh my god. I love AI-generated videos. Anyway, yada yada yada. Trump. Oh, Joe Biden this. Oh, documents that. Oh, there's the whole article summed up. But I gotta tell you about this booty call text that I got from the Trump campaign. I got a text saying, from Trump, all caps, before my trial resumes, will you endorse me? Please, please! I've never needed you more. Endorse Trump. I love the all caps back to back. Please, please. And then just, I've never needed you more. What a booty call ass text, dude. I love election season. I always get flooded with text messages from every Republican campaign being like, please vote for me. Please. And I'm like, no. Like, I really wish y'all had access to my voting record because you would see that I've always voted Democrat. I've voted for Bernie Sanders in 2020. So that should show you how far I'm willing to lean left in terms of what I'm allowed to vote for on the ballot. Why are you still trying to convince me? You know? I'm never going to vote Trump. I guess there are a decent amount of Bernie supporters that voted Trump out of idiotic intent. Like, just out of stupidity. But I'm not one of them. I voted for Bernie and then I voted for Biden to some, to some discontent. I did not really want to vote for Biden, but I had to. All right, let's move on to this bill. We are about to give the government our info. Let's fucking go, dude. It's called the what's it called? I had it in my head and I just lost it. I think it's called the Kids Online Safety Act. KOSA. Isn't that what it's called? I'm pretty sure it's called the Kids Online Safety Act. It would force the FTC to monitor internet activity, and anything that's deemed unsafe for children can pretty much be like banished away from the internet. So essentially this bill, despite being supported by Democrats for some reason, it's pretty bipartisan because it's being Trojaned in as a kids safety bill. It's not. It's basically like, submit your government ID to this website if you want an account on it, if you want to use the account. Then all these social media sites are going to have your government information. And then the government can use that to gain access to what you post, see what you post, have all access to all your private info, and then pretty much just moderate everything you do. So, for instance, the Republicans would love this bill because it would mean the censorship of anything that's even remotely LGBTQ. The Democrats are just spineless cowards who go along with anything the Republicans want. So I don't know why the hell they want this bill passed. But pretty much like it would destroy any LGBTQ plus or civil rights esque posts. Because you know how the Republican Party operates. They do it in libraries. They basically do the in real life version of it, where they go to library board meetings or school board meetings, and they go, "We need to get these books moved to the adult section or banned." And the book is like My First Period, a guide on how to handle it, or what to do if you have feelings for people that are the same gender as you. Stuff like that, like very basic kid-friendly shit. Books on puberty, stuff like that. So just imagine the internet version of that. So go to stopkosa.com, and this will send a letter to your senator. Now, I would like to say I did do this last week, and let's just say the response I got, I was not happy with. I'm going through and trying to find the email right now. So my state senator is Raphael Warnock. And I voted for him. I voted for Jon Ossoff. I've then re-voted for Warnock when he was up for re-election. Well, we've been calling for a ceasefire. We've been calling for the bill not to pass. All that stuff. Well, so I submit my response. And I wanted to talk about the email that I got in response. Which one am I supposed to read? I didn't read this one. Oh. So he basically wrote me a fucking letter. And I'm not going to show it because I haven't redacted any info yet. But, Raphael Warnock's office sent me this. Thank you for writing to express your opposition to the KOSA. To the Kids Online Safety Act. So I was right. Every day, millions of young social media users in Georgia and across our nation log on to platforms to connect with friends, watch entertaining videos, or catch up on the latest news. As social media continues to be a part of everyday life in America, especially for young Americans, Congress must work to keep these online spaces safe and secure and protect children and teenagers from dangerous behavior and content. However, we should be careful not to do so through overbroad legislation that will unnecessarily burden individuals' privacy and freedom of expression. I'm glad that there have been several congressional hearings about this issue, and I look forward to working with my colleagues in the Senate and in the Senate Commerce, Science, and Transportation Committee to find solutions. What the hell does the Commerce, Science, and Transportation Committee have to do with the Kids Online Safety Act? What does that have to do with the FTC? I guess it's the Federal Trade Commission. So commerce? Wait, so then why is the FCC not? Hold on, did I read that wrong? Whoa. I gotta get my shit in order. What? Whoa. Why is the FTC in charge of this and not the FCC? I didn't even make that connection. It's not the Federal Communication Commission. It would be the Federal Trade Commission. So the ones that deal with commerce would be in charge of this. Why? Raphael Warnock, what the fuck are you doing up there? On May 2nd, 2023, the guy who introduced KOSA would require online platforms like social media apps to provide users under the age of 18 and their legal guardians with tools to control their experience and personal data on the platform. The bill would also require the platform operators to equip minors' guardians with controls to monitor their children's online activities and identify harmful behaviors. The bill was referred to the Senate Committee on blah, 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 for which I am a member. I voted along with my colleagues, blah, blah, blah. He passed it. It hasn't been passed into law yet, obviously, because they're still talking about it. No matter our difference of opinion on this matter or others, however, I am committed to being your U.S. Senator and work tirelessly for all Georgians. Blah, 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 blah. Shit to not make you want to not vote for me next time. God. Anyways. Why has He's 18 been trending on the top of the thing this whole time? Baron Trump, that's why? Because Baron Trump is 18 and he's doing political stuff in the Republican Party. Why are we shocked by that? He's been brainwashed by his family. Like, he was literally like 11 years old when Trump took office. Why are we surprised by any of this? Good lord. Whatever. Anyways, that letter, I did not give a fuck. Kind of weird that I didn't hear from Jon Ossoff, but I guess because he's not on that committee, it doesn't matter. But so far the bill, let's check it on the congressional website. So far the bill has been introduced. It has not passed the Senate. It has not passed the House. It has not gone to the President, and it has not become a law yet. This is the bill that's been proposed to the 118th Congress. It's actually not the first time the bill has been introduced. The bill was also introduced during the 117th Congress, and it did not pass either. You actually read part of the bill, it's kind of interesting, because a lot of it is struck. Like, a lot of it has been struck out, and then a lot of it's been rewritten at the bottom. So here we go. Here's the bill. But if you want a nice summary of the Kids Online Safety Act, you can go to stopkosa.com, and they actually go into pretty decent detail about the Kids Online Safety Act. They go into why it's a bad idea. They go into who's against it. This is a really good informational thing if you don't want to read through the entire fucking bill, because it's long. So it's long but vague, oddly enough. But fuck, god damn it, dude. What's the timestamp on this? Fuck my ass. I'm leaving this part in too, so you know how mad I am about this. My fucking email's in the top tab, and my full name was on display. Fuck! Why do I keep doing that? I literally thought to myself, oh, I guess there's no personal information on the screen. Nope. I had my email open still with the letter. God damn it. This is why I don't show my email. Ugh. Anyways, I thought this was funny. There you go. I thought this was funny. We're under a tornado watch right now. Taco watch, taco warning. Alright, we're done with all the political stuff. Go sign up on that thing. Tell your senator you'll eat his ass. His or her ass. If they pass this bill. Munching on it. Anyways. I want to talk about shows. I'm going to talk about The Bad Batch because I finished it first. Bad Batch Season 3, it was pretty decent. I didn't like the amount of filler. I do think there was some filler. Let me pull up the episode list so I can refresh my memory on what all was in there, because I only remember the major story beats. So, I liked the beginning. I think my one problem with the beginning of the season is how quickly Omega is able to escape. But I do like... Damn, this season went by fast. I do like a lot of the missions they went on at the beginning. I like the escape sequence. I like showing that Hunter and Wrecker are the only two Bad Batch members left outside of like Echo and Crosshair, who's in prison. It's like kind of somber and sad to see like just the two of them standing on the platform, because at this point Tech is dead. Echo has gone back to helping Rex, and then Crosshair is still in prison. I liked the escape episodes. I just thought they happened too early. I thought the Bad Batch were going to search for Omega a little longer than that. But I guess they had a tight story to tell, but it didn't feel like it. Because, I don't know, I'm mixed. I like that the missions were stretched out across multiple episodes. I don't like that the missions felt kind of hollow. So, like, I liked the 5th episode. I liked the 6th one. The thing where they had to hunt down a bounty with Asajj Ventress. I don't know why Asajj Ventress even needed to be in the show in the first place, if that makes sense. I think her story in Dark Disciple. It's Dark Disciple, right? The one with the fallen Jedi that she's working with, or he might not even be a fallen Jedi. The Jedi that she's working with. I think that was a good ending to her story. But God, all of her parts in the Count Dooku book. I have that book on my shelf actually. I don't know. I just don't think she had much of a vital role in this show. I don't think there was a point of even bringing her in. Once she gets captured, I think everything that happens from then on out is great. I liked her, devising a plan in the base. I liked... I actually thought her doing her own plan was going to get, like, Echo killed. I thought we were going to have an Echo being killed by the Empire moment. But I like how long it took them to find Tantus, and I like how Tantus knew that they were coming, too. Tantus literally has the security that it's supposed to have. The type of high-level security that the Empire keeps saying they have, we actually get to see. So, they have to go and capture Admiral Rampart, and then they have to go and find the base off Coruscant. Already they're pretty aware at this point that something's wrong on Tantus. He pretty much knows at this point that the Batch are coming. The guy that runs Tantus. God, I don't know why I don't remember his name. But he pretty much knows that they're coming. So he tightens security, all that. And I liked the finale. I like that the Kaminoan Namaste or something like that. I don't remember how to say her name. I like that she kind of sacrifices herself in a way to destroy all that research, because it's, like she says, it's Kaminoan, and that the Empire will never have it. And she also kills Rampart, which is poetic justice. It's perfect revenge, because Rampart destroyed Topoka City. Are the Kaminoans extinct now then? Or were there other cities on Kamino? That's what I want to know. Was Topoka City the capital? Was it the last area on Kamino? Because the Senator in Season 2 makes it kind of seem like Kamino's been completely destroyed. But yeah, so... I liked the finale. I think overall I'd give the 3rd season an 8 out of 10 at this point, now that I've had time to think about it. I'd give a 6.5 to Season 2, a 7.5 to Season 1, and an 8 to this season. I think this season was a lot tighter, and there's a little less... There's a bit less filler. I think there's a 1 or 2 filler episodes, not anywhere near compared to the 2nd season. The 2nd season had, filler galore, dude. The fact that Crosshair never crosses paths with the Bad Batch, forever, and then we never find out. Even in season 3, we never find out where Commander Cody went. He just went AWOL. Either he abandoned the Empire, or they're implying that the Empire killed him for having doubts. I just think season 2 had so much filler. Season 3 has like no filler in comparison. Every episode, they are advancing themselves closer to their goal. They're not like doing a little pod race or collecting a silly little bounty. Like, at least when they're doing the bounty episode with Asajj Ventress is objectively filler, but at least when they're doing that, it's so they can find out what an M count is. And it kind of leads to the Empire finding out where they're hiding out at. One thing I did see, this is the last thing I'll say about the show, and it didn't really even have much to do with the show as much as it does with the lore of Star Wars in general. I saw some baby-ass, baby-back bitch on Twitter crying about how quickly the Batch were able to kill the Commando in the final episode. The one Commando out of like the dozen that are in the show. I guess that Commando was special. Just for context, the Bad Batch are clone commandos. They are just in a squad together. They have special abilities and they're more highly trained than a normal clone. And they are very clearly commandos. They just wear clone armor and they have their own style. The clone commandos I always viewed as being mindless drones for the Empire. They were the most highly trained clones, thus they led their own squads of TK troopers. Meaning that the show is kind of subtly nodding that, you know, we're going to pay respect to this like legacy character from Republic Commandos and show that the Empire still values them enough where normal clones get decommissioned while the Commando clones lead their own stormtrooper squads. So I thought it was kind of neat. Like Commander Wolf has a commando with him. There are commandos all over Mount Tantus. You know, we've seen in the previous seasons that commandos will usually patrol like heavily secured Imperial bases or Imperial prisons. And that normal clones are generally phased out unless they're being led by a special squad. Like Wolf's, for example. So I think the commandos are kind of just sort of like a special little nod to the audience to be like, we want to respect these characters and we want to show that they are valued enough by the Empire, that they are good enough at what they do, that they're willing to be kept. That the Empire is willing to keep them. This guy's like, I can't believe they disrespected the commandos, had them killed off so quick. He barely served an important role in the show. And it's like, did we even watch the same thing? I never thought the commandos were meant to be anything more than just like a cool reference. Like a cool nod. A commando shows up briefly in the Clone Wars, Captain Gregor. And Gregor's even in the Bad Batch, he's in Rebels. He's a pretty well-known character now. But at the time, he was a one-off character. He was in one episode, and it was quite literally just Dave Filoni going, I thought this character was cool from the games, so I've brought them into the wider, more viewed canon by putting one in the Clone Wars, showing that they do indeed exist at some point in the Clone Wars, despite us not seeing them very often. That's what I thought they were in the Bad Batch. It's just a cool nod. But according to this guy, we should have kept them forever. Should never die. They should have had a really important role in the show. Alright, let's move on to Tales of the Empire. The first episode was neat. I actually have a lot of criticism for Tales of the Empire. Tales of the Jedi, pretty cool. A lot to be desired, but still pretty neat. I think the last episode of Tales of the Jedi was a little weak. But I think the I think every other episode in Tales of the Jedi pretty decent, pretty good, ranging from decent to good. Tales of the Empire, I think, is a bit of a flop. I think it's just episode structure. They don't have much time to to discuss a story, so you can't really tell a good story in 14 minutes, it seems like, with the material that they wanted to tell. I think they picked a weak character for the first half and a good one for the second half, but a lot of missed opportunity on the second half. I think it should have been episode 1 stands alone. I love episode 1. I love seeing the new Grievous model. We finally get to see the new Grievous model outside of a 3-second blip from the Clone Wars season 7. I think episode 2 and 3 could have been merged, or episode 2 just could have been on its own thing and episode 3 didn't have to exist. I don't think we needed to see her kill a New Republic officer. I think it was pretty obvious she was down to do that in the first place. I didn't need to see how Ahsoka knew to go to that planet and confront her. I don't think we needed to know that. It's just unnecessary, I guess. That episode could have been cut. I think episode 4 and 5 could have been combined because they take place around the same time, where it's Barriss Offee becoming an Inquisitor. I think 4 and 5 are good episodes, but I think they could have been mashed into one episode. I think episode 6 is a decent standalone episode. But I would have liked an episode in between those where maybe she encounters Ahsoka at one point. It's pretty implied in episode 6 that she does have contact with Ahsoka based on what she says to that family and the pilot that flew the family off the planet. Yeah, I think it's fairly implied that she did meet Ahsoka at one point in between those two episodes, so I think that could have been kept. Or not kept, I think that could have been made into an episode. Sorry, I went brain mush for a second. I think it's a little misleading to put Darth Vader on the poster if you're not going to use him. Darth Vader was in the show for 5 seconds, dude. That motherfucker fought Barriss Offee in the Clone Wars. And you're telling me we get no interaction between the two? That dude almost put a Padawan in prison and is pretty much the reason why Ahsoka left the Jedi Order. Which then, further pushes Anakin down the dark side path. And you're telling me he doesn't have any beef with Barriss Offee? No discussion, nothing. No point where she maybe feels his presence and realizes it's Anakin. I mean, Reva knows in Kenobi that Darth Vader's Anakin. Based on just a feeling, because she's been near him before. So I don't get why some of these episodes were put in here, why some of them weren't just combined, why they don't give the animation team more time and resources to work with. I think it's just such a shame, because this show has this and Tales of the Jedi have a unique animation style that is similar to the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch, but not quite the same. Something about it's a little different. There was a scene in the first episode where Morgan Elsbeth is looking out on a cliff at her burning Night Sister village. And she puts her fist down in the dirt. And the dirt is so detailed. I had just gotten done watching a season. I'm so overexposed right now. I had just gotten done watching or rewatching the Holocron arc from the Clone Wars. And after watching that and then watching Tales of the Empire, I'm like, oh my god, the animation's like night and day. Seriously, I'm getting more and more overexposed. What is happening right now? Oh my god, dude. I'm so bright. What the hell? But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like this show could have been condensed. There we go. Better. I feel like this show could have been condensed. I feel like it just left a lot on the table. I think we could have had an Ahsoka appearance. We could have maybe had, I mean, even potential for a standalone one episode about a different character. We could even have like a Darth Vader episode if we wanted. Just like a normal Darth Vader episode where we see what it's like when he's by himself in solitude or something. I don't know, something. I'm not a writer. I just think that would have been a little better than what we ended up getting. Just a lot of filler. I'd give Tales of the Empire like a 6 out of 10. Tales of the Jedi was amazing, dude. I would have given that show like a fucking 8.5, maybe a 9. Loved that show. So, I was going to review The Newsroom. I guess I still can. I watched The Newsroom. And if you've ever watched, like, what's the other stuff that he's written for? I gotta find it. Because he's very well known. If you've ever watched The West Wing or The Social Network or A Few Good Men, then you know the writing style. Or Steve Jobs from 2015. You know the writing style. You know, people with like encyclopedia level memories and like insane speech skills all riffing off each other in like an inhuman fashion. That is the style of Aaron Sorkin. So if you're used to that, then it's possible to watch this show. Maybe watch it one episode at a time. I think your brain will literally melt if you watch this show all at once like I did. I watched the show in 2017 on the old HBO, which was like hell trying to use. So I figured, oh, you know, HBO Max is so much easier to use now. Why don't I watch it again? It'll be easy to watch it again. So I did. It's 3 seasons, about an hour, little over an hour per episode. I skipped this shit. My God. I keep having to babysit the video behind me. Each episode's a little over an hour. And I think there's 8 episodes a season, unless you're watching the 3rd season, which is I think is 6 episodes, I want to say. The first and 2nd season are good. The first season is like establishing like a dynamic between Will and Mac, who are like a former couple. And, you know, they used to work together in the news business. The 2nd season is about basically a controversy where they brought in a DC journalist to fill in for one of their senior producers going on a campaign route. Well, during this time, he's desperate to, you know, claw onto some story that he thinks is developing. And he basically starts like, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's about a military campaign that he wants to report on, and he keeps pushing for it in the newsroom. And so it's about that. It's about a controversy. The 3rd season is not as good. I don't know if they got like a budget cut or something like that, but the 3rd season is shorter, and it's mainly just about Will is not wanting to give up a source, and Neil has this like source that he told Will about, and he might have accidentally committed a federal crime. and the company's in trouble because they think they might go through a hostile takeover. That's about it. It's not as good, but and the finale is like bizarre. The finale is just very bizarre. But yeah, I think you should watch it if you can handle Aaron Sorkin's writing with how much it just like fries your brain, because it's just not how people talk. It's very well known. His writing is like, it's just, that type of writing is just not how humans communicate. So if you can get through that, you can watch the show. It's enjoyable. The first season's dialogue, rough. The second season's dialogue, perfect. The third season's dialogue, I mean, the third season's lackluster in general, so you don't even really notice it at that point. So, wow, we slammed that episode out. I did release a video. You should go watch it. It's a compilation of all of the slow and reverbed mixes I've made of C418 and Aaron Shuroff songs. Jesus. Surprised it doesn't have a copyright claim yet for Chirp, but I guess it's edited enough where it won't. I guess it's fair use enough where it won't. Go watch it. It's how many tracks? Okay. It is 6 tracks from the game that I have slowed and reverb. And then the last one, the 7th track, is one that I made. It's a music disc in my Minecraft mod called 2. I made it from scratch. So, it's cool. Go watch that. Go listen to it. Go download the mod too, because the mod is pretty good, and it includes all of those songs on music discs pretty much. And yeah. Anyways, that's the whole podcast. Remember to go to stopkosa.com. Send your senator the message that you don't want this bill to be passed. And yeah, that's it. Remember, Tim Pool is bald. And that's it. Bye.